A look there at M&T Bank Stadium, just off the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, a good one straight ahead. It's the Washington Commanders and the Baltimore Ravens.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Ravens.
Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. We are ready for one final tune-up before the regular season begins. Off we go here in the Inner Harbor. And he'll get this to the 24-yard line. And that's where the opening drive of the game will begin. Third season for Jaden Daniels with the Commanders. Number 2 overall pick, had a fabulous rookie season in 2024. Some bumps and injuries in year 2, and here he is now in year 3.
You know, kind of the tale of two seasons, isn't it, Mike? It's funny, rookie year, Jaden Daniels takes the league by storm. Arguably one of the greatest rookie quarterback seasons in NFL history. Brings the Washington Commanders team all the way to the NFC Championship. And then in year 2, combination of an older roster, a combination of injuries across that roster, and, of course, the injuries to Jaden Daniels himself. So how do they keep him on the field? How do they keep him in one piece? Because he proved his rookie year. He is as dynamic and as good as any young quarterback that we've seen in quite some time.
The run on first down was good for 7, and it's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it's going to be 3rd down. In motion, Okonkwo. 3rd and short, and it's Daniels. He's got his tight end. That's Okonkwo. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. And in motion, it's Diggs. Now Daniels going to give this forward to the receiver. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
On the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he just does manage to get rid of this one. Hounded by the defense. They nearly got him. Incomplete, setting up 3rd down.
I think it's a smart play, especially this early in the game. I don't think you want to start forcing throws, take any unnecessary risks, allow your team to get settled in, don't have any sudden change turnovers. So I think in the end there, he made the right move.
And his receivers blanketed. He'll just throw this one away, and it brings up 4th down.
I think the second that ball left his hand, he wanted to pull it immediately back. I mean, he is lucky, Mike. That ball didn't end up going the other way. He almost gifted them a short field and maybe even some points.
On 4th down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Way to punt. Wester on the return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Lamar Jackson, twice the MVP, Greg, leads this Ravens team out. Season 9, but Season 1 without John Harbaugh as his head coach.
You know, I think one of the biggest factors for Lamar Jackson this season, Mike, is just to stay healthy. They got to just find a way to keep him on the field, keep him in one piece. And, you know, I think when you talk about a dynamic player like Lamar and you know, his ability to use his legs and his ability to improvise. There's a very fine line, especially early in the season. Stay away from those hits, operate more as a passer, and then towards the end of the season when things really matter, let him really loose. I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
That's taken in. It's Tez Walker. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
15 yards on the play.
A pickup there of 13. Good for a Raven first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard.
And that play just really looked doomed from the start, didn't it? It didn't look like the timing. It didn't look like he was confident in his read. And that time he pulls it, nowhere really to go, and take him down for a loss.
Second down. Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Derrick Henry. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third and 5. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
It's always a gamble anytime you go for 4th down on your side of the field, but they clearly thought they had a play that they liked, but the defense came up huge, and now their offense is going to have a chance to capitalize and take advantage of this short field.
The Commanders' offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. And, Greg, after this one, it counts for real. Final preseason game. So what's the feeling like around the team in the locker room when you get to this point, the end of the preseason?
I think the biggest emotion is probably relief. I think especially for some of the older guys, Mike, it's did you get through healthy? Is your body right? And are you mentally ready for what's going to be a very long, turbulent, up and down? There's going to be a lot of good moments. There's going to be some bad moments. Are you physically and mentally ready for what an NFL season is going to be like? And I think that's what every guy in that locker room is asking themselves, taking inventory of their own checklist. So get through training camp, get through the dog days of camp, and get into a routine, get into the regular season practice schedule, and inevitably get to what matters the most, which is the games.
Off the bootleg, here's Daniels. Oh! And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Commander's first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
He's got it at the 7. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Now here's 2nd and goal. cross-game merit goes over the top and into the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington.
You know, some of these old school analysts and coaches, they might sit up here, Mike, and say, you know, why are you lining in the shotgun inside the 5? But depending on your system, when they want to spread you out on the goal line and make you defend every blade of grass, the ability to be in the gun really helps tie the run game and the pass game. This time they decide to keep it on the ground, but don't be surprised as this game goes on. If they're in this situation again, they've got a good complementary pass.
Now the try here for the point after. It's up and through. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead.
Commanders 7, Ravens nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Out come the Ravens, and you look at their offensive coordinator, Declan Doyle. Doyle was the youngest offensive coordinator in football a year ago with the Bears, leaving after 1 year to join Jesse Minter's staff with the Ravens in 2026. In motion comes Andrews. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and a yard. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Here's Henry. And he proves tough to break down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and a couple. They're going to go right back to Henry. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run. And it's also a first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up 2nd down.
At the 40-yard
Sometimes
line.
it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Jackson on target to Flowers, and it's a Baltimore first down.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and Plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 10-yard line.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Automatic first down.
So the penalty sets up this offense for 1st and goal. Jackson. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
2nd and goal.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Moving to his left. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens.
When you talk about extending the play, especially down here in the red zone, Mike, whether it's scramble to remain a passer, or in this case, scramble that turns into a runner, I think Lamar Jackson might be hands down the best in the entire league.
Tyler Luke now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. On the return, here's Luke McCaffrey. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Play action. Here's Daniels. The pressure gets there. Down he goes. Back inside the 20-yard line. That is Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him, and that's going to be a loss of 9 to open this drive. That'll bring up 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Short one there to Okonkwo. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
That's complete to Burks. And that one's going to be shut down. They are short of the line to gain. No first down, and the punt team will come on here on 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
On play action, here's Jackson. Look wide, get this one complete, and he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible, and sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And we're not going to have another snap here. First quarter will come to an end. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins as they've got it with 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. He was trying to get that to Tez Walker. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
This is 3rd and 6. Jackson now. And he's not going to be able to escape the rush here. He goes down.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
Eckley on to punt. He sends that one skyward. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Commanders' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Start the drive with Krosky Merritt. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
13 yards.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Diggs was the intended receiver. 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often, and when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Daniels to throw on second down. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down. To throw is Daniels. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
That's a really good effort on third down, just trying to make something happen. He did well to get what he got, but it's not enough for a first.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. He'll try to run for it. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Give him 19 yards as they get the fourth down conversion.
Fourth and short, initially, you could tell he's just trying to get this ball out of his hand quickly, just enough to move the chains. Defense did a good job taking his reads away, so he turns into a runner, puts his head down, picks up the first down, and keeps this drive alive.
That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard's very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
That's quickly out to Williams. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
In motion, Okonkwo. On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. Contact as he delivered it there, and the pass was incomplete. Good job defensively to make sure he could not find a throwing lane, and it sets up fourth down.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown, but at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. LeJonte Wester now to return it. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. They'll start out first down and 10. Now Jackson. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
Really nice job here by the defense coming away with that sack. And it's this pass rush, Mike, that I think has to continue to make their presence felt as they try to put themselves in position to pull this game out.
Second and long coming up. Here's Jackson. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down. Coming up. Back to throw, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And that one's going to be shut down. They are short of the line to gain. No first down, and the punt team will come on here on fourth down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
Here's Lane. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Commanders' offense ready to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll motion the slot man right. They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. Oh, great job anticipating the play. Running it down for no gain.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
The motion man here is McClure. Throwing on 2nd down. Daniel. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he just about got there. Good yardage on the scramble, but he's going to wind up a yard short of the 1st down.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The veteran punter, Way, has booted it. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and
So the hope
4
is when you call these
the
underneath
19-yard
drag
line.
routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
This one complete to Bateman. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
Now a screen set up for Henry. And he is not going to get away. That one blown up in the backfield.
Brings up 2nd and
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and That play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and it results in a negative play.
Again, it's Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Baltimore.
First and 10.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early in that last pickup.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Deron Payne getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He takes off, and they're going to work this down inside the 45. He may have earned himself a little lecture about not sliding, especially when you're in a preseason game, but he did pick up the first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him.
10 more yards. Complete to number 7, Rashad Bateman. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Commanders' 32-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll run it with Henry. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
That's a heck of a stop there defensively, Mike. 2nd and inches, you're thinking the first down is pretty much a formality, but not for this defense. They pack it in tight, they sell out on the run, and they're going to force this team to snap it again on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Henry. He works free, right side, and he will score! Derrick Henry, touchdown, Baltimore.
It's not often in the NFL, Mike, that we see a run play result in a touchdown of this length. A lot of things have to go right. The right look by the defense, executing by the offensive line and all of your blockers. And then sometimes it's just, I got a better guy with the ball in my hand than you do on defense. And I think all of those things here were at play and results in a big touchdown.
On is Loop to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Ravens are on top. It's 14-10.
Ravens 14, Commanders 10.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And it'll be brought down past the 25.
Washington
Decent field position to start this drive.
At their own
The Commanders'
27-yard
offense
line.
ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. The RPO, that one is complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Baltimore. after this. 2nd and 7. In motion, Okonkwo. Now they'll pitch it out here. He can be slowed up and taken down. That play goes nowhere. Stuck behind the line for a loss. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. Talk things over before 3rd down. Daniels. Out wide, it's McLaurin. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. That's complete. John Bates, the tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing again. Daniels. Pressure all around him, and down he goes. The big man, Namdi Matabike, there for the sack.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Here's Tress Way now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. Oh, how good was that? Out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the 2. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Henry. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula and come out on top in this tight one as we hit the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On the give, here's Henry. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete, and he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Now it's a bootleg with Jackson. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's the give to Henry running right. And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. It was Odafe to make the play.
A gain of a yard.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd and short, Jackson. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field. And, man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within one possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
Ravens sending the punt team out there. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Commanders' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Run to begin the drive, and it's Krosky-Merritt. And he'll find some space, taking it for 6 out to the 26-yard line.
Brought down at the 26. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Come to the line for 2nd and 4. Krosky-Merritt to run again. He's trying to push his way forward. There's nowhere to go. They've got him right at the line of scrimmage.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
Hit as As he throws, that one will fall to the turf. And it's incomplete. The pressure too much to get away from that time. Good third down stop. And it sets up fourth down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up fourth and short.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Ravens offense ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Jackson. He finds his tight end, that's Smythe. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
They put Smythe in motion. Jackson. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the Commanders come up with the takeaway.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete. Chig Okonkwo was the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it's going to be 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Wester now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense back onto the field for their next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Henry. And boy, tough to bring down there, fighting forward for a gain of 7.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
In motion comes Andrews. He'll go again here with Henry. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
You know, Mike, I think the question is, does Derrick Henry ever age? I mean, he's in year 11. He still looks like he's a rookie. I mean, he produces at an elite level, it seems, every year. 1,500 yards for the 5th time in his career a season ago. I mean, we could go on and on, but really the last piece of the puzzle missing is he's still searching for that Super Bowl ring.
He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 5. They'll run with a man from Marshall, Rashid Ali. Wow, it wasn't for lack of effort. He tried every which way to elude the defense, but he was outnumbered. They finally got him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of yardage.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down, and this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting, but finally when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He'll step up and run this. And they're going to be in the red zone, in business. He's down inside the 15.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Jackson now on 2nd down. That is brought in the end zone. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens.
And this brings up some of the danger of blitzing down in the red zone, because if the guy doesn't get home, and they do a nice job here picking up the extra pressure guy, it really stresses your coverage, because even though there's not as much depth to the field, you have to defend all the width, and there's just a lot of open space for this quarterback to operate, and he's able to connect for a touchdown.
The extra point, up and good. And the Ravens extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Daniels with a give to Krosky-Merrick, and the defense all over that one. They stop him. There is no game.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
See what they have for 2nd and 10. And in motion, it's Diggs. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Namde Malabike getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
3rd and 15.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And that one's going to be shut down. They are short of the line to gain. No 1st down, and the punt team will come on here on 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Punt team out there for a 5th time, and this one's away. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
At their own 34-yard
Derrick Henry
line.
heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. We're seeing some of those from the regular season. That's a 1st down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the 1st half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Jackson going to give it up on a pop pass. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Raven 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And he'll look for somewhere to go, but the lanes are all closed up. He's going to wind up losing a yard.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
2nd down, Jackson. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And nothing doing there. He's going to go down behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
3rd and long for Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And he is out of bounds. Mark him at the 25.
19 yards.
The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14. Offense rolling right along on this drive. Another 1st and 10. And we will not get another snap here. That is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of play. It'll be 1st down and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Off the play fake. Jackson. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 11 there on the opening play of this 4th quarter. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Now, faking the give. The pressure just heaves in on him. He will go down.
It's a loss of 8.
In this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's work. I mean, Mike, you think whether it's been blitz schemes, stunts, whatever, you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
From the gun, Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Well, they come to the line. Not an easy one to convert. 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
A 28-yard attempt.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. To return, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A quick slant on the money to McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. It's a nice start to the drive. A gain of 10 and a quick 1st down.
Washington.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On play action, Daniels. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It's second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And this is going to backfire in a big way. He's out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
Throw across his body is complete. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes fourth down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a fourth down, fourth quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
Fourth down, you want to make sure you give your quarterback the option to keep the ball in his hands, and that's exactly what they decided to do, and the defense was ready. They played assignment football, everyone did their job, and they come up with a huge fourth down stop.
Handoff, running left is Henry, and he'll get about 5.
Henry, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 5. Going to go right back to Henry. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down.
At the 35-yard line. Brings up third down.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. 18 yards on the pickup there. First down, Baltimore.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Henry. And he broke through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's second down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
On second down, here's a run with Henry. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up third down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense. And that's kind of a double whammy of sorts for this defense. Not only do you not get the third down stop, but now this offense, Mike, they're able to bleed even more clock down with this fresh set of downs.
Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. They'll run with Hill. And this one blown up. Good surge. Drop him. A loss on the play. Back to the 9-yard line.
It's a loss of 1.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
They'll run the draw, and here's Henry. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Back to throw, Jackson. This one caught at the 4.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
They'll run for it with Henry. Good blocking, and he's in. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown,
Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Luke now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Ravens will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5, and he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Commanders' offense headed back to take over once more. Things not looking good, but see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Quickly out to Diggs. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 9. Now Daniels. To the outside, into the hands of McLaurin. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 11. First down, Washington.
First down.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over?
The ball's out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
And the story of the game has really been the inability of the offensive line to keep this pass rush away from the quarterback, and it's a big reason they find themselves here trailing in the fourth quarter. So as they turn to this passing game to try to mount a comeback, they've got to do a better job protecting the quarterback.
That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
Tackled back at
Yeah,
the
just
41-yard
not a
line.
whole lot you could do there. I mean, it's a zone read play, Mike, and the defense just really has everybody accounted for. One defender has the back, another defender has the quarterback, and once you have those two guys taken away, there's not a whole lot to do.
This is Henry. They had that play dialed up defensively, stopped him in the backfield. Loss of a yard.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd
So,
and 15.
2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. 3rd and long. A give right up the middle to Henry. And they go backwards here again. The defense stands tall, and it's 4th down.
Anytime you run a draw, you're hoping the linebacker reads pass and starts dropping into his pass coverage. That's what creates space for your running back to get going. Well, not this time. The linebacker saw it from the jump. He's able to penetrate in the backfield and take the runner down for a loss.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. That's another sack. Namde Malabike. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive. That'll bring up 2nd and long. Throwing is Daniels. And the pressure too great. He's sacked in the end zone. That's a safety. So first the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
So after that safety, it is a free kick, and it comes from the 20. That's taken at about the 14. And he'll be taken down as the next drive will begin there. The Ravens offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Greg, talk about a real boost for your running game that has powered them to this big lead.
And anytime you have one of these upper echelon running backs, a truly elite player at the position, it just makes such a difference in how you're able to run the ball. And what I mean by that is, even if in the beginning of the game the yards are tough to come by, you know as the game unfolds and get longer, just continue to get your guy more and more touches, and he's eventually going to break through. And even though today he's had his way with this defense, barring some sort of change, I think they got to continue to give him the ball as often as possible.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
2nd down, they need 2 yards. They'll run it with Henry. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So it's a win here for the Ravens. They finished the preseason on an up note. Now they'll have a couple weeks to get ready for the season opener coming in September. So that'll just about